Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 203 of the Red Force podcast. My name's Untitled. Joining me today, Christian Salado.
I'm here. We're here. One Piece community on fire for various reasons.
Wars breaking out.
Sure.
All that kind of
maybe,
shit.
Maybe we'll give our take at the start of the episode. But first, Eric, people should subscribe to the channel.
Yes.
They should like the stream, share the video, comment, do all the things. Because we might make a few extra cents.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
A few extra pennies in my pocket.
Shekels.
Shekels, whatever. Various currencies in my pocket.
Rupee.
Yeah.
Well, we're here to talk about this One Piece chapter, Christian, and various other things, other topics.
Yeah.
What's the topic this week?
Topic of the show. Expectations and satisfaction. We're going to get deep into it, Eric. Talking about apathy. We're talking about wanting the story to be good. Feeling the emotion.
That'd be handy.
Yeah. Especially this week.
Mm-hmm.
Various things happened that are interesting. Alright? To say the least. One Piece anime. We'll get into Roof Piece. But the Scabbard's Roof
Some time
Piece.
to go.
We don't want the Scabbard's Roof Piece.
No,
we want the real Roof Piece.
That's right.
We don't want the Mickey Mouse bullshit. Scabbard's bullshit.
That's right.
Yeah. So, shout out to the Scabbards. Shout out to Kinemon.
Shout out to get
Just
it.
can't stay out of the plot. Alright.
We'll get to it later.
Yeah. Shadow Soul. New chapter coming out very soon.
Yeah.
Flashback coming to a close. Various scenes are in play.
Right.
Go catch up. Go read that. Things are about to spice up. It's all roller coasters from here, baby.
Christian's going in hard. Everything established, everything ready to go?
That's right.
Okay.
And now it's just a wild ride. Which we like to see. Alright? Now, Eric, I'm not going to introduce new elements.
Oh,
Like the Goda. Halfway through Act 3, I'm not just going to introduce a new plot to distract people. No, I'm not going to do that.
okay.
Alright? Because that's what we call inefficient storytelling.
Okay, Christian's going for straight efficiency.
Alright? So, we'll get into it. Various plot lines in the One Piece chapter this week.
Mm-hmm.
That may be a little annoying, a little frustrating to the people out there. As the people knew last week, we were upset. Enraged. By the chapter. Sanji. Hawkins.
Killer. The implication, which has
Somewhat
somewhat resolved
this week. Which is good. But we'll get into it all. We'll answer your questions. We've got Hashira Shanks. Well, that's no.
That's
Not
right.
at all. So, without further ado, let's get into this chapter with the longest name of all time.
Here we are, chapter 1030, Christian.
30 chapters away from 1,000, Eric.
Yep. Feels like a lifetime ago.
See, Eric, I want to go back to Hancock Island when we predicted when Wano would end. And I'm getting pretty close to my prediction.
What was your prediction? 150, was it? You were saying 200 at some point.
We are at 120-something chapters. We'll get to 150. We'll get to the big 150.
Okay.
Eric, not prepared for that.
Well, who would have foreseen what was going on in Wano?
Me.
You saw all these plot points, right? About the Scabbards and about Odette and fire.
Eric, I have a gift of premonition. Sometimes it's a curse. Sometimes I don't want to believe the premonition.
This time it's a curse.
This time it's a curse. I don't want to believe the premonition.
You thought Blackbeard was turning up, you thought Mori was coming, you thought it was going to be an all-out situation. This is the end war.
Apu talking shit this week.
Long time viewers will remember.
Yeah.
Christian went on about a month rant, being like, this is the final war. Blackbeard's turning up, Mori's turning up. Still time.
I mean, Apu this week, signposting
Christian, it depends on the community's missed this signpost. Maybe you can explain this to them.
Okay, but first, we got 100 rupee donation
Mm-hmm.
from Abhishek Das. Hey guys, great work as always. Shambolic chapter. P.S. Perhaps you could add a big poster of Shanks or Shred Pirates on that door because that looks a bit naked. Well, the door, the dungeon door
Who knows where it goes? Maybe that's where we hide Dritz and Glam.
in the secret room.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps, Eric. Perhaps there are secrets, untold secrets behind that door
Horrors.
that we have to keep in check. But we're here today to talk about this chapter. Chapter 1030, echoing, no comma, no grammar here, echoing the impermanence of all things. What does it mean?
Seems like Kinnamon's pretty permanent to me.
The impermanence of Kinnamon's death?
The the impermanence of Kinnamon's death.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe, I don't know what's going on there. Maybe he's talking about, Orochi and,
I saw somewhere that
Kojiro.
this is some kind of like proverb situation going on.
Oh yeah, it's probably one word in Japanese.
Yeah,
huh?
you know. Chapter 1030, Christian. What's on the cover?
We start. Well, there's a cover page, Brooke with ants, When's the cover story
always.
gonna start? Find out Pedro's alive on it.
Pedro's cover story, perhaps. Maybe. It's all fair game.
Don't do it, Oda, please. Alright, please. Apu is talking to Drake. They're in some sort of back room. Okay. We thought it was sus that Drake was taking so long
Yeah.
on Apu.
They have a little chat.
Have a little chat. Apu just assumes Drake is a Navy spy. Okay. I
Maybe
guess
he's got some intel in the group.
Sure. Yeah. Maybe. But Apu assumes that, and he is correct. He wants to swoop in at the end and claim the victory. Oda clearly signposting some shenanigans at the end of Wano with this bullshit.
Maybe.
He's planting the idea in your head. Someone's going to swoop in and steal it at the end.
Okay.
Is that the Navy because we know they're on their way? Perhaps. Is that Blackbeard? I think Oda's telling us.
I don't know how this is going to happen because we need a banquet on Wano.
I don't know.
So, are the Straw Hats going to get interrupted by this banquet?
Now, I know people don't like it, but if there are deaths, there's going to be no banquet. Bit awkward. You know what I mean? A bit awkward.
Oh, they celebrate the deaths, the sacrifice, the souls, bury their weapons.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Alright. We have to have a banquet, therefore no one can die.
Too bad no one's dying, Christian.
Exactly, alright? Apu trying to cut some sort of deal. Drake's not convinced. Drake's like, why should I trust you?
You're a trash man.
You're obviously the most scumbag supernova that there is.
Of course.
Apu's Drake a scumbag. Alright? We then cut over to Nami and the gang.
Do you want to talk about these numbers or?
They look cool.
Well, Oda's trying to sell me that these guys are important.
The demon one looks cool.
Sure.
It's got the demon, mustache.
Do you subscribe to that? The three samurai transforms into numbers. Is that your subscription? Because it seems like that would be
The only one that
achieving
actually,
giantism.
the only one that actually looks like one of them is the fat guy,
Yeah.
and the other two not really. So I'm gonna say, not really. I don't know what kind of reveal that is. Do they somehow regain their humanity back?
I don't know. But it's a popular thing out there.
Yeah,
Thought I'd bring it up.
I've seen it. Not sure how I feel about it. Either way, it's okay. I don't know that it. How does that impact anything?
We don't need another plot point.
Yeah. Alright. Usopp. notices some mysterious legs running around Eric.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out they're Kinemon's. Kinemon's alive. That's crazy.
Okay.
I mean, Eric predicted this. He said Kinemon's not dead. But did you predict this in this way, Eric? Do you think he would just be bandaged up after the battle?
Everyone assumed he wasn't dead because there was no, he's too, like we said with Braga, me and Braga, he's too important to the plot to die.
But like this.
But this is annoying.
Alright. Kinemon's still alive because he thinks that Law didn't put him together properly, even though the Straw Hats put him together.
Back, as we remember, apparently Sanji put him back together in Punk Hazard.
Yeah.
Just kind of put him on top of each other.
Yeah.
And they kind of like fused together, whatever.
Yeah.
Apparently that's not how it works. You need Law to surgically put you back together.
Fully.
Right.
Because he is still bleeding from that cut.
Yeah.
So, did he still get stabbed and then separate his body so his legs could move around?
Perhaps he is bleeding profusely.
Yeah, Oda. Usopp manages the blood.
Yes.
So did the stab still stab him, but it split
The
his body?
shockwave split him, Christian perhaps.
Maybe. So he got stabbed and his body split in half. Right. So we could go and get help to help Kiku, who's not dead, and to help
Conjurer.
Kinemon, who's not dead, and
Conjurer's still
Conjurer
alive.
died in this chapter.
Okay.
We go up to Conjurer.
Yeah. Do you know Conjurer's been killed 3 times?
3 times. Or twice.
And now he
Maybe you
died.
can say 3 times.
Yeah.
If he doesn't die this time.
Same with Kiku, she's died twice.
Well, Kiku hasn't died twice. Kiku lost an arm, and then she died.
Right.
I mean, maybe. So, Conjurer's still not dead. On his last breath, creates the vengeance of the Korozumi clan, some sort
kind
of
of
fire, spirit, ghost thing, setting the place on fire.
Setting the place on fire more.
Okay. Oroshi's plan is intended to blow up the cartoon bombs.
These are clearly elements for the other Straw Hats to do things.
Yeah.
Right? This is me. Just don't show them. I'd rather you show them hitting, like Usopp sniping some goons. Like with, this chapter.
Then another plot, yeah.
This chapter with, like, the montage, like Luffy and Kaido and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd rather see that with the Straw Hats than, like, a plot.
Just a tacked on plot.
Yeah,
for them to
because
do
it's
stuff.
just a waste of time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a time waster. Like, the Straw Hats have to do things. Okay. Alright. So, he does, he sends out the spirit. Alright. And, Yamato runs past, and she's gonna have to stop it. Alright. We got some montages. Momonosuke still trying to make the clouds. CP0 are on the move.
Right.
Will they snag Robin?
They're kind of, like, walking towards Robin.
Yeah. Brooke.
This is, you know what, this is odd to me, right? The Straw Hats have already had their fights. Zoro and Sanji are in the middle of the King and Queen fight. And then we just have this chapter of just plot in the middle. Like, you would assume that the Sanji fight's next, right? As the dominoes fall. But then this chapter, like, breaks the momentum of, like, Kinemon's still alive and we're setting up new plots.
I know. Oda loves to set up these plots in the middle of the action to get characters to do shit, which is unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's just inefficient, basically. That's what I'll say. It's inefficient.
We did get a Luffy update this week. A very slim update, but an update nonetheless.
What I'll say about Oda is that, and this isn't just post-time skip, a lot of arcs have sometimes not the best story economy.
What?
Where they just keep like adding stuff to get other characters to do things just to do things.
Most famous one, perhaps, is the Pal Bomb.
The Power Bomb and Alabasta, of course. You can make the argument for the Buster Call, but that's a little. That's
what he should have done here.
Yeah, but you know. we've talked about this before, but it's just like inefficient. It's not great use of panel time and story. Just have like these new plots just for the characters to do stuff. It's frustrating. Alright?
Yeah.
Now we move on to the Big Mom portion. And this panel, I love to see it. This panel, Big Mom.
Albert Spear.
Now, Oda, why didn't you give me the panel where Kid makes his speech that he's going to take down an emperor?
I think it's
and Big Mom just,
We almost got what we wanted.
Albaspia out the window. You're trash, kid. You're a garbage man who has no business fighting an emperor. Zero business.
Mm-hmm.
Albaspia. Oh, look, Big Mom is allowed to use her best move, and Kid can't handle it, and he fucking almost dies again.
With his super mech.
In his mech.
And she's following up.
And she comes in with
at
a
high
follow-up.
speed.
Where was this Big Mom?
Right.
For like half an hour. Now she's allowed to fight.
Yeah.
And she dominates. See, this is what I was saying last week.
Mm-hmm.
When she's allowed to fight, Big Mom dominates.
People forget that she's an animal.
Yeah. Like, when Big Mom is allowed to fight, she dominates. When Oda starts just memeing around and she's not allowed to do anything, she looks trash. But when Oda lets her fight, it's over.
Correct.
And without law, Kid's dead. And that's just facts. So Big Mom comes with the follow-up. Now, Eric, there's a small little flashback cutaway, Eric. Kid just go, hey, Law, you got awakening?
Of some point in time when they were fighting Big Mom.
Whenever.
Right.
Hey, Kid, you got Hey, Law, you got awakening?
Yeah.
Well, yes, I do.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I'm not used to it, Eric.
They're both
It's
too
new.
Too new.
Right? And it takes a extreme.
Extreme.
The word used here is extreme amount of stamina.
And I'd surely lose the battle if I'd use it.
Exactly.
So this thing is so costly. So you can't use it in an actual fight. No. Unless you're about to die.
Yeah.
What does that imply to you, Christian?
They cannot beat Big Mom. They can't. These are the only attacks that would allow them to beat Big Mom. And they can't spam them or use them properly.
And with little minimal damage with Kroom. We'll talk about Kroom.
Kroom did some damage. Who knows how much it did? Did some damage.
Big Mom doesn't look crazy.
Big Mom not wide-eyed.
Big Mom's like,
Big Mom instantly turns around and goes, "You brat!" Mm-hmm. Not stunned. Not
like shaking.
Shaking in pain.
Not remembering the 5 people that fucked her up.
Yeah. Well, like Kaido. All right. Big Mom's like, it hurt. All right. So it did some damage. We'll give Lawyers credit.
Yeah.
But he cannot spam this. Same with Kid. They cannot spam this. So that implies to me that this is what they're going to do, and then they're going to bail.
Oda drives me crazy, man.
If Oda was serious about Kid and Law beating Big Mom here, he would have removed the caveats and said, we just unlocked this.
He's got his hand on the throttle of the car, and he's going like 200 kilometers an hour.
And then he's pulling it back.
And he's not even slowing down on the curves.
No. And then he's grinding the gears, pulling the gears back, fucking up the car.
Shredding the car.
Yeah, he's fucking around.
The car's rattling. You got around a cliff.
To me, if Oda was serious about Kid and Law taking out Big Mom, this would be a Super Saiyan-like power-up. We just unlocked this.
They're going to the Delphi realm.
And get their unlock.
And they awaken.
Yeah, and then they can spam and then they can beat Mom. But Oda specifically putting massive caveats, larger than Gear 4.
Ridiculous caveats.
Larger than a Gear 4 caveat.
He's like, they can do this to Big Mom, but this is why they can.
Yeah.
This is why they can.
Yeah.
Because he knows it's bullshit. He knows. See, people say, Oda doesn't know. Oda doesn't know what's going on. We talked about this last week. For a stupid amount of powers for every character to even compete.
But Eric, again, I think we can relax a little bit here. Because if Oda was serious, this would have no limits. They could just do it, and they would win.
Kid would have a better one.
Yeah, well, kids, I don't know what kids... Anyway, Law stabs Big Mom with anesthetic and uses Willy Shock, not sure. So
There's
many moves.
Probably some reference.
So many moves being used here.
Right.
Kroom, and then he coats the weapon. That's called anesthetic. And then the attack is called Willy Shock or some shit.
Yeah.
And then he goes. Then he says like Kroom allows me to shock people from the inside. So what is it, law? Please. There's a lot of names here.
So he like puts his room. He like coats his sword with room, right? Which is kind of sort of how the awakenings work. Like you apply Delph fruit to other objects.
Yeah, and laws is a weird fruit, so like that wouldn't really work.
It's still kind of in the ballpark.
Yeah, it's in the ballpark, right?
Same with Kid. He can make people to magnetic. I'm sure he can make items.
Why is that
magnetic.
relevant?
It's not good.
I mean, you can't escape
It's
the metal.
It's not like terrible.
It's not that great though.
But it's not like powerful. It's more utility.
Well, it's like you can never escape his attacks because they'll always follow you, kind of shit.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's more utility. It's not really a power. You know, like
useful
a
on the
strength.
sea.
It's very useful on the sea.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Kid turns Big Mom into a magnet. All the poles and beams from the buildings come apart.
Collapse on her.
Trap her. Now, I believe...
Kid says, Law, get me out of here. Shambles.
They switch. Punk crash. End of the chapter. Now, I believe that this is the thing that will stall Big Mom for the rest of the arc.
Permanent stun.
Trapped under the metal. Stunned by anesthetic, maybe.
Can't move.
Not really sure, because there's like 3 moves in that attack law. Who knows? Alright. But, can't move. Stunned under the rubble. Maybe Kid has to stay there to concentrate to keep her under the rubble.
People were memeing that she's going to be a giant metal ball rolling around Onigashima.
That might be something.
Okay.
That might be fun. Alright. So, we hope that's the case. Big Mom will not... I'm going to say, Big Mom will not be defeated in Wano. By Kin and Law. It never made any sense from a power level standpoint, from a storytelling standpoint. And again, if Oda was serious, he would put no limitations on these powers.
Yes.
But clearly, Oda's not going to do that. So there you go. There's a chapter. We were, like, here's the thing, Eric. Yeah, maybe we'll get into the topic of the show. But, the Kinemon stuff, I'm like...
We don't care.
We don't care about Kinemon, so it's hard to get mad at Kinemon. You know what I mean?
We've been miming Kinemon a long time.
Very long time. Alright? He thinks he's, the Sanachi...
Of course,
the
Sanachi.
the leader of the samurai. Alright. Alright.
A bum.
He's a bum. He's a straight bum. Alright? But, the Kinemon stuff didn't really annoy us.
Do you want to talk about why the Law things annoy? With, like, his body splitting? Because I don't think people understand why it's annoying. The fact that he's alive is like... fine, we'll get that into the topic of the show. Expected.
But it's still lame.
Yeah,
it's still lame.
And the way he's done it is like, alright, Oda, you think you're slick. You're not slick. This makes no sense.
I mean,
it was never established as how it works.
Also, like, let's not forget that he got hit with the Ragnaroku. Alright?
Right.
And his head smashed in.
His head didn't come off.
Kaido!
His head didn't come off. His body didn't split apart then.
He got hit by one of the strongest attacks in the verse. Not dead.
His swords took most of the damage.
Okay, his sword snapped and reduced the damage, if you want to say that.
Yeah.
Alright? But he's still stabbed. He still copped the wound, Eric. So, what's going on there?
Would have a diagram helped you? Or does it not matter regardless?
I mean, there kind of was a diagram in a small panel. My body split. Okay, alright. So, the Kinemon stuff's annoying, but here's the thing, Eric. Do I like seeing Big Mom take damage by Kin of Law? No.
Minimal
damage. But I can't help but feel the hype.
Yes.
I'm seeing Kid get frauded immediately. Talking massive amounts of shit. And the Big Mom is allowed to pull out her ultimate, her best move, the Thunder Bagua-esque attack, and just destroy Kid. What a surprise!
Mm-hmm. Now, this is the most important point about Wano specifically. Because, like, the whole Wano internal plot, it's like, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
We've been over it for a long time.
I want to see the fireworks factory.
Right.
I want to see the meathead
No
shit.
one cares about Kinemon and Kiku.
Nah, the Orochi... No, but if you seriously care...
About Orochi.
About the Kurozumi clan...
And the plot.
I don't know what to tell you.
Like, no one cares about the Wano plot.
No one cares about the Kurozumi clan. No one... people care about the Scabbers. I'm not going to say no one cares about the Scabbers. But no one cares about the Kurozumi plot.
Yeah, and no one cares about the internal plot of Wano, right? It's all about the outside implications about power-ups and power and all that
kind of shit. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, right, Oda can flub that plot, whatever. The damage is already done, right?
Yeah.
But he cannot fuck
the
power dynamic, Christian.
No.
Because then we're in trouble for many arcs. See, Christian, we can move past Wano
and leave the
plot there. But the power dynamic must stay in some sort of
semblance
of sense.
Please.
Otherwise, many arcs will be tainted.
Yeah.
So it's good to see Oda threading that.
He limits himself.
He's sweating. He's shaking.
Yeah.
But he's keeping it together with this whole Big Mom kid law situation. Caveat City.
It's always Caveat City with Oda.
Have you not seen this many caveats in one arc in terms of
Well, because
power?
it's like everyone's getting a power up, and there has to be caveats on these power ups, because then we're gonna go out of control.
Yeah.
All right. So Oda is treading very carefully with these power ups.
Or just trying to give you that hype, but he's like, I gotta scale it back.
I can't just go all out. Right. All right.
We're gonna give this chapter.
Last week is a 4. This week, I can't deny the Kinemon annoyance. I can't ignore the Kurozumi bullshit.
Right.
No one cares. It's just inefficient storytelling. That's what I'll say.
Right.
We don't need the fire monster. We already have Yamato on her plot to get rid of the bombs. We don't need the fire monster.
The building's already on fire.
Yeah. Strange. Kind of a waste of time. Don't need it.
How many threats do we need? Again, we're fighting Carter and Big Mom.
I know.
Why do we need more threats?
I don't know. But Oda keeps on laying on threats. Alright? So we're going to go... I enjoyed the Big Mom portion of this chapter. We'll say that. Now, reading the spoilers. Enraged.
Red alert.
But again, you can't take the spoilers as canon, as what's going to happen. Because the spoiler people have no idea what's going on.
Certain individuals just only read the spoilers.
The spoiler people have literally no idea what's going on. The amount of times I've read spoilers that say someone is dead, someone has died, someone's knocked out,
damage.
someone's knocked out, someone's going to die 1,000 times. Never trust the spoilers, right?
Now, Christian, we're addicted to the knowledge.
You can't stop it.
It's difficult.
It's a dangerous cycle.
Right.
Because it goes our episode, then the next night, spoilers, and then Raws, and then the scans come out,
and then the official.
And then the official comes out.
You only really take it seriously with the official.
It's a full week.
Right.
Of
content. And also, you only really take it to word when the official comes out.
100%. I don't even read the scans anymore.
Yeah, you skim the scans.
Okay, here's what's happening.
You gotta wait for the official.
Then I wait for the official. I give it the full read,
full verbiage, full word.
Because I don't want to be tainted by the scans. But what they say, what they do, I don't want to be tainted.
Agendas in the scans.
100% agendas, like healing factor.
Right.
It's not a.
Because she's never gonna let it go.
It's not a healing factor.
Okay.
All right. Words are important now.
Tell Christian if it's a healing. Explain to him why it's a healing factor or why it isn't a healing factor in the comments.
Anyway,
did you rate it? You didn't rate it.
Rate it. My mind says 5 out of 10. My mind.
Was it better than last week? There was a hype this week.
My mind says 5 out of 10.
I want to give Oda credit for having his a hand on the throttle and his foot on the brake.
I know. Again, Eric, my mind says 5 out of 10,
Right.
but what do my balls say?
What?
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Crucial's got that hype.
I'm feeling the hype. I can't help but feel the hype.
Now,
What are you gonna do?
What last week was just
Frustration. Full frustration.
Like, the killer Hawkins thing not earned. Cringe dialogue.
Sanji being a goon.
Sanji being straight goonage. Fighting Queen this week.
Yeah, but running away fighting. Whatever. He's like sweaty.
Zoro's sweaty as well. Luffy looks like he's some dude blocking a beam, maybe. Who knows?
Luffy doing some crazy shit.
With
Right? Give me back to...
Can we go back to Luffy?
Can we go back to Luffy, please?
Right, please.
Right?
I'll give it a 5 because I'm gonna give Oda credit for putting his
Foot on the brake.
foot on the brake.
Like to see it.
We said last week would hinge on this week.
Yeah. Now, there's other shit that's annoying about this chapter.
Kinemon straight memeing.
Again, the biggest thing I appreciate from this chapter is that Oda let Big Mom fight. That's what I like from this chapter.
Let me tell you this.
Yeah.
They got fucked up by Kaido. The mysterious woman healed them.
Oh,
Right?
the scabbards.
The scabbards.
Yeah.
Kinemon died again.
Yeah.
He got back up, and we still don't know who this woman is.
It's fucking... Hero.
What is going on?
Someone has to kill Orochi. It's probably going to be Hiyori. Right?
Where's Orochi just fucking
Just
around?
chilling in a room. Who knows?
Is he going down with the ship?
Yeah, he's full Joker. He wants to see the world burn. You know?
I
He's-
guess it's gonna explode.
So...
I did like the little diagram, the little cartoon bombs and shit in the skull dome.
Yeah, little cartoon bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, last week, I wouldn't say the Killer versus Hawkins stuff was bad. I would say the go get him partner,
Yeah.
it's more like Kid and Killer's relationship wasn't earned, kind of thing. I'm not like the Hawkins Killer fight wasn't my favorite fight because Hawkins didn't really fight back. He just kind of like got gooned.
Copped it.
Yeah.
And there might be some
But I wouldn't-
inconsistencies in Hawkins' powers in that fight.
Yeah, a little weirdness, but, you know, it is what it is. All right, moving on. What predictions for next week, Eric? Do we have to see results from
Result,
this. The result from this,
Sanji.
move it to Sanji. Do we get a Monkey D update?
Jinbei still haven't seen Jinbei.
Well, I haven't seen Denjiro in like 3 years.
We might see Jinjiro, Raizo, and Kawamatsu.
Oh, the Riser versus Fukurokoju.
Could you imagine if that's like 2 chapters?
Fuck. I'm gonna say Big Mom.
Luffy's not ready yet.
Big Mom results. Maybe we move on to Sanji. I think we have to finish the fucking Fukurokoju fight.
You do realize as soon as we cut back to Luffy, he will use his new Gear Forward form.
As soon as we cut back.
That's a guarantee.
Eric guarantees it.
He'll do some basic shit.
And it's time for Gear 4
Gear 4
Awakening.
Line Man cliffhanger.
Gear 4 Awakening bullshit.
No, it's Gear 4 Awakening. People are saying that's Awakening because it's the stamina.
I mean, you could say... I was making the point that you could make the argument that Robin's Demono form's also Awakening.
Right.
Because we kind of see her get, like, knocked out for, like, 10 minutes after she uses it. So, maybe that was a setup for that. I don't know. But, there you go. There's a chapter. Moving on to Shanks. How strong is Shanks? Every week.
Shanks,
Every week come to you with the question of how strong is Shanks? And every week we answer, Eric. What do we answer?
Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the Gold King.
That's correct. But there are still people out there, Eric. Still people out there that say Carter's the strongest.
Foolish people.
Foolish. There are people out there that think Blackbeard's the strongest.
BB.
Still needs that third devil fruit. There are people out there, Eric, that think Drag is the strongest. Stock tanking.
In the pits.
In the mud, as some would say. There are people out there that think,
But buy now, win big.
I mean, okay, don't, why?
At your own
Why are you
peril.
suggesting
At
that?
your own peril.
That's terrible financial advice.
Surefire bet though, Shanks.
100%. Get on now before...
And when he's revealed, skyrocket.
100%. But anyway, moving on. There are some people out there that think sweatiest man on the planet, Arcane is the strongest. I'm gonna say this, Eric. The amount of people that think Mihawk is the strongest is slim and far between. Do I not even mention Mihawk's name in this segment anymore?
I think you gotta get rid of him.
Because it's not even relevant anymore.
Right.
He's so down bad in the mud after the true swordsman speech from Zolo.
And King.
And King.
Hilarious.
Why even bother? Putting him
It's
in
funny
this?
that the true swordsman is canon. Because it was only, theory.
Yeah. And the worst of all, people think Armin is the strongest. And this week we have, Eric, as we do every week, 100% factual evidence to give to the people. And this week's evidence is Sanction is so strong that if he stabbed Kinemon, alright, he would have done it with Haki. Alright? Ignoring all kind of devil fruit shenanigans. Right? And even if Lord Devil Fruit shenanigans somehow worked, alright, Shanks would still have killed Kinemon. You know why? Because Shanks' strikes are always true. Alright? He never misses.
Correct.
Even when the rug is pulled under him, he never misses. Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God King. Now moving on. The dog of the show. Topic of the show: expectations versus satisfaction. Now, the thesis of this is the higher expectations,
The greater your fall.
the greater the fall, and the greater the payoff. You're on a roller coaster of emotions.
Let me put it to the people this way, right? People like sports, favorite sports teams.
You got to buy in.
You gotta ride the roller coaster
That is your team.
for chance to pay off big.
What do you think
You
about?
can't be turning up to games and be like, oh, we're gonna lose.
What do you think
and
about?
then you lose and you're like, yeah, I do, we're gonna lose.
No, you got to buy in.
Coward.
Got to buy in.
Cowardice.
And what do you think about people, Eric, that follow not the team but the player? What do you think about that cowardice?
American sports is a little bit different.
Cowardice. Follow the team. Otherwise, what's the point?
It's a little bit more weird in America because it's cities and teams move and all that bullshit.
All right, but follow your team.
Whatever.
Follow the
Soccer,
you gotta follow the shit
NFL,
team. You gotta
yeah.
follow the shit team for 20 years.
You live there, that's your team.
yeah.
Okay?
No, this.
And you turn up to every game wanting to win.
That's right. And you follow the shitty team for 20 years.
And you buy in hope every year.
And then the 1 year they come good. Ultimate
then-
payoff.
Ultimate payoff.
Ultimate payoff.
Correct.
But if you never buy in, there's never that ultimate payoff, Eric.
That's right.
And this is a commentary on life itself.
Okay.
Do you buy in, or do you hide your emotions away because you don't want to feel the pain? But if you don't feel the pain, Eric, can you ever feel the joy, the
That's right.
satisfaction? All right? And here we are talking about basically expectations. What do you expect?
Right.
Now, there's people out there saying Kinemon's death doesn't matter. What did you expect? This is Oda.
Oh, it doesn't kill people. This is
Okay.
within the expectations,
Sure.
etc., etc.
But again, if you have high expectations, there's high payoff and there's high disappointment. All right? But if you keep on lowering your standard, lowering your expectations, you got to get to the point where everything feels the same and you get no enjoyment, no hate, no love, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You get nothing, Eric. You get apathy, and apathy is death. And that's what you don't want.
Right.
Because then you're just neutral, alright? And that's not. And life and neutral is no fun. It's nothing. And why live for nothing? stupid. Right? And there it is. And that's my take. So we like to have expectations
On the show.
Why? Because we want to feel the hype. We want to feel the investment.
We want to feel the emotional payoff.
The emotional payoff. But that also comes with
disappointment
and sadness and frustration.
That's right.
And that's what we're here to do. Now, we try and give constructive feedback to Oda. You know, I was going on this week about, you know, inefficient storytelling and you don't need this. What does this actually add to the story? Those are more mechanical things that you can talk about. But if you're not invested and you keep on lowering standards, lowering expectations, you're never going to feel anything.
Right.
And then there's like no point of reading the series. If you're at the point where you're just making excuses, defending...
You don't care.
You don't care, and you're not going to feel great when great things happen. It's a double-edged sword.
Right.
Alright, so, you know, that's my take. Now, do you want to talk about this fucking Joy Boy fucking Dritch shit? It's just annoying, alright?
It's annoying that two grown men get to this point.
Alright, now...
But, you know.
Let's start with Dritz. We love Dritz, we know Dritz, we talk to Dritz all the time. Alright? Now, Dritz in the call and hanging out with the boys is very different from Dritz in the video. I'm not saying that as in he's a different person, he's not the same person. I'm saying you don't get...
When he talks about One Piece, though, he's the same person.
Sure.
But you would not always talk about One Piece.
When you hang out with him, he's a great time, he's a fun guy. But when you don't, when he's not in that mode, when he's in the criticizing mode, when he's in the video mode, whatever that mode is, the critic mode, he says annoying shit that pisses people off.
Right.
You know, says shit like Oda's not competent, all that kind of shit. It's just, to be honest, it's bad arguments. It's like bad argument, like it's bad debating etiquette. And all it does is piss people off, and you don't get anyone on your side because you're infuriating the audience. It's not great. He shouldn't do it. We've told him not to do it. He does it. What do you want to do? You know.
Is what it is.
What are you going to do there? Now, I refuse to watch Richard's 6-hour video because I know he's going to say infuriating shit that's going to piss me off.
Right.
You know, saying shit like, I don't know, fucking... he's going to make a claim that, you know, Oda's not good at writing or something. He's going to say something like that at some point.
Mm-hmm.
We all know he does it. We know he does that, right? But then JB comes up with stupidity.
Right.
Right?
Straight up goonery.
Straight up goonery. Okay. And then I'm like, I can't watch this either because I'm going to just getting mad. You have to let Dritz... Now, again, I'm going to say this. Criticism is not art, but criticism is free speech, and I'll defend free speech.
Okay.
Alright? Dritz has the right to say what he wants. Alright?
He's allowed to create what he wants as well.
Joy Boy's allowed to create what he wants, but people don't have to like him.
Right.
That's it. So, I don't have to like Joy Boy. And I don't like Joy Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Alright?
There you go.
Right? And sometimes I don't like Dritz. Right? He says dumb shit.
Right.
It pisses me off. Right? But that's kind of the whole thing. Right? So, that's our take. It's dumb. Joy Boy's out of line for just going personal attack. That's what I'm going to say. Just out of line.
And he's got an odd worldview that no one really agrees with.
Yeah, so that's
yes.
It might escalate, might not escalate. That's what it is. Stop. Alright? You make yourself look stupid.
Right.
Alright? Don't come out with the second part. Joy Boy.
Don't come out with more videos.
I mean, Dritz is going to come out with his shit, but, you know, we know his shit.
Well, he's his new next part.
Sure, but Joy Boy, come on, man.
No one's asking to make response videos.
No, don't make response videos. Alright.
Why did he need to make a response video when the dislike ratio on Dritz's video is so poor? Like...
Yeah, people don't like the video.
The video speaks for itself. Some people like, some people don't.
Yeah.
His video isn't going to change someone's mind who liked Dritz's video. I don't understand the point.
Exactly. Alright. Moving on to the Thunderdome. I don't give a fuck. Now, Eric, I forgot to pull one.
No
Which
talk
is
about
on
it.
me.
Do you want to do one? What are we going to do?
What are you gonna do? I don't know.
Should we let the chat pick, Christian?
All right, Chad. Quickly suggest a Thunderdome.
Suggest a Thunderdome. Suggest a matchup.
Just quick. I don't want to wait
Mm-hmm.
a long time. All right, please.
This revamp of the power scale might take 2 years.
I know. When's one going to end?
A lot of characters.
If we did, like, that's the thing. If we did last week, then we have to redo it.
Right.
Because the kid just got power ups. So, you know, we'll give it a minute.
Kobe Hancock, do you want to do that?
Please. Kobe versus Hancock. All right.
Now, I don't think they're in the same.
No,
tier
but
in the
they're
power
fighting.
scale,
But they're quote unquote fighting.
fighting.
But they are fighting.
Or have fought.
So if we redid the power scale, it'd have to be on the same level.
Right.
Unless Kobe gets absolutely demolished. Kobe.
Always with Boa Hancock, we must of course start
The
with
broken
stone.
power.
Is Kobe immune to Boa?
No.
No Haki rule applies here. Kobe doesn't.
I
have to
believe
have
Haki might apply, but we have not seen extreme, like, great armament. We do know Kobe has. Does Kobe have Conquerors? Yes.
He has used Conquerors.
He has great observation.
He has great observation Haki.
But will does
And speed underwater.
sure, but does he have the voice of all things? Does he have
Now
Conquerors?
let's talk about Kobe's W's.
The filler wheel in Water 7
And an inanimate object.
and a torpedo.
Torpedo. Indestructible torpedo.
Quote unquote. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Right.
Yeah.
By some goons with a sub.
Yeah.
Why do these goons have this sub? How do they get it? Questionable. But
Now, Kobe is not immune to the
stone factor.
Does
he get tips from
he's not,
Momongo?
let's just say he's not immune to the natural obligations.
Right.
Right, as people call them.
Okay.
So I believe he would be affected by Boa. Therefore Boa wins. That's all I'm gonna say there. Surely Boa experience. Haki.
Tact.
Conquerors. Maybe Conquerors Cody.
Conquerors.
Right?
Speed demon.
Speed, power. We don't like to use movies, but greatness. Alright.
Can turn inanimate objects into stone.
That's true. I want Boa. I'm gonna say I'm biased. I want Boa to win. I'm gonna say Boa.
Everything on paper, Boa wins.
Everything on paper, Boa wins. But we'll see.
Maybe Kobe's got that Garp the fist tech.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows? That tech could be crazy. Alright. So moving on to questions of the show. We've got a lot of questions for the people. Probably ones we already answered, but here we go. Questions from Genther. First one. How do you guys feel about criticism? You have to be respectful. Otherwise, you don't convince anyone of nothing.
I mean, as a professional artist, Christian, you get criticized, criticism
Sure.
all day, every day.
Sure. And it's gotta be respectful. It's gotta be understanding. You can't just call someone dumb or stupid
Or incompetent.
It's just annoying. You don't get through to anyone. It's just bad tactics at the end of the day. Like criticism, what is your goal with the criticism? Is it to tear someone down, or is it to help someone, give them constructive feedback, help them to get better? And if it's the second one, that's what you should actually try that. You got to take into account human psychology. Got to take into account egos. If you want to get through to someone, you can't be disrespectful. That's what I'm gonna say about criticism. All right. Second question. Does criticism improve the quality of your content in a positive or negative way? Well, when people complain about the sound, we try and fix it.
People complain about our voices, can't do much about that.
Not too much about that. I don't know what you want me to do about that. you know, we try and fix some stuff when we see it, when people bring stuff up, but you know, I think it's made the show better. I don't know, you know. 3. Are you guys of the mindset creators should adjust to their fan base or the opposite? Or does it all boil down to what works financially? Depends what you're doing, man. If you're eating off YouTube, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know? I'm not gonna really roast anyone that's following trends or helping out the audience if they're trying to feed their family, if they're trying to do that. You know? But if you're an artist, if you do it for art, if your motivations are purely art, then you're going to do it for you. You got to do it. You know, sometimes criticism, you think that's valid. You understand that criticism, right? And you take that in, and you appreciate that, and then you adapt that to your script because you agree with it, and then that's healthy, right?
Maybe the point's valid. Maybe the point isn't valid.
Maybe you see a problem where you didn't see a problem before, and you clean it up, you fix it up. That's fair. But sometimes your audience doesn't know everything, you know, certain things that you're planning for the next arc, next chapter.
Some characters are liked more than others.
So, sometimes that's on purpose, right? Contrast is important.
Right. Also, you look at Law in Subody.
Yeah, kind of nothing character.
So Oda was kind of surprised by Law's popularity.
And he's like, alright,
incorporate him into the story a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's all these... all 3 answers are correct.
Yeah.
Money, audience, and own creative expression.
Yeah.
Balance between all 3 is probably appropriate if you're going to be somewhat...
If you're going to survive.
If you're going to be somewhat successful.
Right. You could be the most...
somewhat commercially successful.
You could be the most esoteric artist on the planet and impress...
You might die, and then 40 years later, you're a master.
You might be Van Gogh. You might be.
You might be.
Live a terrible life of poverty and insanity.
Paint your pain on the portrait, Christian, and
then once you're dead,
you die, you become
famous.
But, a legend.
You know, there you go. That's what it is. That's the pure artist take of just doing it until you go insane and starve to death. But that's what it is. Right?
It's an option.
From Bendel, would Prime Oda be ashamed at his present self, no longer able to deliver on basics on how to make a story good? Now, this man asking the edgy questions, troll question. We don't appreciate these questions.
Edge question.
See, this is an example of disrespect. Right? Saying that Oda would be ashamed of himself. Presumptuous.
Maybe we'll talk about this when Wano's finished.
Yeah.
But something sus is going on.
Yeah, we've kind of already... We touched on that a little bit.
I don't know what it is, but like...
Oda wants to end it. I think it's that simple, dude.
Yeah, but there's like odd plot point things that are just random and weird.
Yeah.
And dart left and right. And you're like, what? You know.
From Abhishek D. We saw in Mingo and Katakuru's case that awakening affects the environment, specifically non-living things. How now we see Kid turning Big Mom and living being into a magnet. Do you think this might be consistency, or is it more influence to it? Well, I appreciate this more because I would like it to be more unique to different characters, so we get something more interesting.
And the rule still kind of applies.
So we get something more interesting. I'd rather have a little inconsistency to get something a little more interesting, because otherwise it's like, yeah, okay, you can turn the environment into rubber, and we've kind of already seen that with the mochi. It's like, eh.
Also, shout out to Katakuri and Doflamingo.
Veterans.
Stamina beasts.
Veterans, Eric. Veterans. Alright. From Mont. Was there a reason for Oda moving Zoro and Sanji away from the life floor, despite making previously clear that there were people in the life floor, making sure no one interfered with them? Well, that's just like Straw Hats have to do shit. Right?
And it's also like, you know, you don't have to draw crowds, you don't have to draw goons in the way.
Yeah, and it's just cleaner. It's just cleaner.
You don't have them both interfere with each other's fights.
It's Oda being inefficient. With his panels. Like, why have that panel saying, I've got to stop people getting into this floor?
It fixes a problem in that moment. in
But
that
it,
specific
it
moment.
it
But
just
you know,
doesn't need to be there. That's what I mean by Otis kind of flying by the seat of his pants a little bit, you know. From Jekko, what do you think of Cole's Haki video? Okay, King. Do you know anything about King? He's half right, but then he goes crazy with the spheres of Haki and the future sight.
Fujitora's observation Haki is different to Rayleigh's observation Haki, is different to Luffy's observation Haki, and there's tears and trees, various items.
Another question. What moment in Onigashima made you feel that the tension is at the highest? For me, it's when Kaido dealt with everyone on the roof and went back into the castle slaying the scabbards. Now, here's the thing, right? I don't think tension is the right word. Because tension implies that, you know, there's a looming danger, a looming threat, a feeling of unease. Because that One Piece never really has tension, except for like very key moments, like Shibondi, like the end of Thriller Bark, like Marineford. You could say those have tension.
Yes.
Characters dying. Like Ace's death creates tension for Luffy and in the audience because we go, how does this affect Luffy? I feel this pain. When will this pain end? I want to feel the relief of this tension, right? I don't like. It's hard to say there's tension. I more want to say there's like you trying to make the audience feel hype, feel excitement. I would rather replace tension with excitement, right? And they're slightly different. They're two different things.
Well, Roof Piece was good because it, like, if you can feel the pressing,
because you want to see cool new shit.
Also, the pressing imminent danger of the actual attacks going off. We know Thunderbargo can one shot. You know, what's the utility? Will Law block?
You're basically excited to see cool new shit and how characters respond to it. I want to call that tension. I want to call that excitement.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. All right. Like Shonen's never the best at tension. Like you want to see tension, watch a thriller movie. Like tension is a weird term. I don't necessarily like the term for like a shonen story. It's weird. All right. Moving on from Iflamingo. How could anyone scale Kid lower than above first commander when he shown by far the most durability of a non-Yonko, taking multiple head-on Emperor attacks and not needing to recover like Luffy and Zoro, also dealing damage to both Emperors questionable, as shown in the story with his awakening.
As shown in the story.
And Conquerors Haki having potential to bloom. Now here's this problem though. He doesn't have it, so we can't give it to him. We can't give him the bloomage.
Correct.
Right.
Also, questionable damage. Now, stamina, not bad.
Yeah.
Stamina, not bad. Did he take the Albaf Spear? Kind of blew up his mech, fine.
Yeah. But he's done. He was done after that. What did he actually tank? Big Mom Lightning? Big Mom non-Haki Punch? Did the Mama Raid even hit? I don't know.
We're literally going to have to wait for the anime.
I have no idea what happened there.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it hit.
There's no sound effects either. Like, there's no web.
It's like a clang.
Like, yeah, like...
Did it hit? I don't know. What else? He's taking some damage, but I still say Luffy's...
I need to see some actual, like, moves that are impressive.
Also, he really didn't damage Kaido. I'm gonna say no on that.
You can't say yes. Because
yeah.
you need Ryo. Or penetration damage.
Yeah.
In which he had none of. And then he said, I'm going to try and compress Kaido's body.
Didn't do it.
And then he just slammed him into the ground. So, I don't know.
Weird. Alright, very weird. Moving on. From, where are we? From MBDD. How are people capable of reading 1,030 chapters of One Piece without understanding how Oda writes his story? Well, it goes back to the topic of the show. We know Oda does certain things, but we want him to evolve, want him to get better. We don't want him to bring characters back from the dead, even though they might have plot. But then don't dick tease us in the first place, because then we feel like we got cheated, and then we're not going to believe you again.
Right.
You're kind of pulling the card and wasting the opportunity. Right? You don't get that many opportunities.
He's done it twice in his arc
To trick the audience.
Right.
Alright? You can't really do that many times. You kind of lose the trust. So...
Does he really expect us to go, oh no, not Kinemon, he's dead?
Yeah.
And then he gets up the first time.
I don't know.
And I guess, oh no, Kinemon's dead now.
Yeah.
You know.
So, I get the thing about what Oda does, but, we expect different things. Like, again, it goes back to expectations and how you feel about the story, all that kind of stuff. So,
yes.
Yeah. From John Lee, do you invest in cryptocurrency? No. I do not invest in cryptocurrency. Some people hit it big, and then again, they never pull out, and then it crashes. So, cryptocurrency...
Don't have the energy for it.
It's a full-time job.
Unless you're just rolling the dice.
So, cryptocurrency annoying, alright?
Shout out to the people who rolled the dice, though.
That might hit big.
Maybe.
No. From Ahmed Skrill. Oda explaining why the stab didn't kill Kinemon is a funny foreshadowing kind of way, but now we didn't get an explanation of why Kaido's Conquerors Coding Club didn't kill him. Just amazing me. Do you buy the first part or think both are bullcrap? Well, if he didn't die instantly from the club, then he's not gonna die. That's just the way it works in One Piece. No one bleeds out. No one has a brain hemorrhage and dies. You die from the attack. So...
He should be straight up knocked out cold by that Ragnaroker.
I know. It didn't happen. The swords took most of the hit. Whatever. And they broke. Whatever you want to say there.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, the second one's annoying. And that's what it's going to be, alright? From Red Robin Podcast. Why does Luffy deserve to be Pirate King if Kid is going to achieve a very similar feat by taking down Big Mom and making it an even more insane power jump / ass pull than him? Yeah, it's not going to happen, and that's why it's not going to happen.
That's a good question, because also it's a kid law fight.
Why are people ignoring the laws doing most of the work?
People underestimate how big Shambles is in this fight. In both fights, in the rooftop as well.
Just teleport.
Massive.
Law doing most of the work here. People are ignoring law.
Yeah.
Alright. Where are we? From Jekko, what devil fruits are awakened in the story? Possible examples. Whitebeard channeling quakes to his weapon. You could make the argument because of Kroom, but I doubt it. Boa turning things into stone with just touch. Inanimate objects for Boa could be awakening. I could see that. And Crocodile for sure. It's the dance powder.
Do people not read Alabasta?
Please.
Do people legitimately not read Alabasta?
Man.
We've been talking about it years.
Years. It's a dance powder, people.
I think I had to yell about Droots about this one time.
Well, why does it rain when he gets defeated? I don't know. Symbolism. What do you want from me?
Dramatic irony.
Yeah. It's the dance powder, people.
It's also hinted at that if they wait long enough, it'll rain in...
It's about faith, all that
What's
kind of
it called? Abo... whatever. The city.
Yeah.
The king's like, be patient, Christian. The rain will come.
Yeah.
We don't want to use the dance powder over the city and take rain from everywhere else. That would defeat the point. We want the natural cycle to continue.
Yeah.
But then Crocodile uses it over the rain base. They think the king's using it in a selfish way. That's how he gets the people on his side.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what the plot is of Alabasta.
Do you remember Alabasta?
I remember Alabasta. Some people don't.
Okay.
Alright.
Do you remember Koza?
I do remember Trash man. Just a regular guy, basically.
Literally a human being in One Piece.
Alright. From Abhishek, if you, Christian Eric, were to date a One Piece character from any non-human race / tribe in the story, who would you be? I could tell you who Eric would not choose, and that's a 3-arm. Now, I'm going to pick Madam Shirley. I think you have to go...
What? You have to pick from fishmen...
Non-human races.
Okay.
So you got Long Leg, Did Smoothie count? Is she long leg? I think she's long leg.
Yeah.
Smoothie. Or Madam Shirley. Whatever you want to say there.
Pudding. 3-eyed. Not human. Insane. Not a good example.
That's a bad example.
Also, yeah.
I'm going to say Smoothie.
Too big.
Hey, man. It is what it is.
Too big.
It is what it is.
A fishman.
You have to climb. You have to do a little work, but it's worth it. Alright? Smoothie. Or Madam Shirley. Those are the two options. I don't see any other options. You're not picking Tontara unless you're some fucking freak. Alright? You're not picking Mink unless you're a freak. Alright? You're not picking 3-arm, long arm.
I mean, you might as well just pick a giant if you're going to pick Smoothie. What's the difference?
Smoothie's not that big. Alright? I'm not going cave diving. It's Smoothie.
You going cave
I'm
diving.
not going cave diving. I'm just doing a little climb.
Spelunking.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Fucking stupid question.
Long neck. You can go Monday. There's many options, Eric. There's many options.
I don't know. I just never like sexualize the One Piece characters.
It's a dumb question. I haven't done it either, but I'm answering the question, Eric. Because this is a show where we answer people's questions.
But you took all of them.
But Eric, this is the show where we answer people's questions. Alright, this is the whole point of the show.
Sure.
Okay, there you go.
That's a question.
From Leah, not Lesh. Leash? Leck? I don't know. Why can't some people in the community allow others to voice their criticism towards Oda and this chapter without getting so defensive? I love One Piece just as much as the next person, but Oda has to be called out when it's necessary.
Well, it becomes a personal attack.
I really respect Oda, but when people learn he isn't the perfect writer. Well, no one's perfect. I think we all understand that.
People feel like it's personal attack because One Piece is part of their personality.
Yeah, and that's a problem with all
their
fandoms.
identity.
That's a problem with all things. But again, we can't tackle the topic of the show. It's about having expectations, having standards, so you can feel emotions for things. All right? Because if you don't have any standards, you don't really care about anything. You don't get hyped. Nothing happens.
Yes.
Right? And we don't want that. Right? From Mustafa. Now that the will of K is stronger than ever, any chance of Kuina coming back? If the mystical healer is Kuina, ultimate meme. Ultimate meme, Eric. You ready for the ultimate meme?
What if Koen is king, though?
Even better.
Okay.
Alright, there you go. From Roadhog, Mr. Morge made an interesting comment concerning the top 3 numbers that could be possibly related to the samurai in Yamato's flashback. They have striking resemblance. And not really. I'll give you the fat guy with the hat.
They kind of all don't look like them.
The demon one especially doesn't look like anyone. You know, I'm gonna say that. Yeah, but like, what kind of story implications? It would just be like a cool tidbit, like a cool fact. That's what it would be. But I don't know what really has anything to do with anything. From Harvest and Berry. Neither how strong is Dio/Giorno during the JoJo show coming in December. Also, Kinemon, greater than Oden and I'm guessing that's Metallica is better than Kid. Okay, I agree.
You think?
But we can't.
When Carter sees Kid, he's gonna be like, "What do I have to do to kill you?"
Like, what is this fraud doing?
You're a fraud.
Yeah. Alright, so first of all, there is only one how strong, because Shake is the strongest of everything. You can't do how strong is Dio, because Dio's not the strongest.
Giorno.
Or Giorno. Alright, the question says Dio/Giorno. I don't know why Dio's there. Maybe
Heavenly Dio.
Maybe non-canon video game Dio, maybe. But, you know.
Requiem Dio.
Maybe. Not even Requiem. Heaven achieved Dio.
Right.
From Michael J. Also, just have to say, I love that Oda waited until Halloween to show that the characters are still alive. People need to learn to wait until the end of the arcs to determine whether people are dead. I doubt anyone will die unless there is someone there to witness. Now, here's the thing. Here's the problem with that. Momonosuke thinks Kinemon and Kiku are dead, right? So that's stakes on his character. People think these characters are dead. Oda uses these things as cliffhangers to lead us in. Right? He's doing it on purpose. Now, we buy it, you don't buy it, that's up to you. But Oda does it. He can't keep on doing this because it's going to lose its effect. You know what I mean? You can't just keep on doing the same thing. It loses its effect, alright?
Yes.
Alright. Next question. From Darker Plax. Explain to me how Kid's Awakening is cool. Yeah, it's not cool.
It's not.
It's like you can't avoid his attacks, basically. I'm going to say that. Like, they will always chase you, always hit you.
But his attacks are no good. I'm confused.
I know. I guess, like, lower tier goons. Sure. Lower tier characters, sure. But it's kind of lame, but it is what it is. Alright? From, you know, he goes on to say there's so much magnetism powers. Look at other mediums, Magneto, all kinds of shit. Electromagnetic fields. You know. It is what is there. From Tristan Hitchens, so you can just add K to a room and it's awakening, or am I focusing on the name of the ability instead of the attack? Well, it's a weird ability. It kind of needs a little more showing / explanation. Basically, you can bypass all defenses, all things, and take you directly.
So the Kroom doesn't do damage, right? It's the
Kroom is like the coning effect.
Yeah.
Or like the bubble that he creates. The awakening bubble.
And then when it's in someone, it's on a cut. And then you use a shockwave that radiates through the bubble.
What I want to know is, how does Law know that's the awakening? You know what I mean?
Yeah, how do they know
it's
awakening?
You just fill in the balls like, this is awakening? You know what I mean? Like...
You just feel like it's
Or does Law have a special book of the Opie no Mi surgeries?
Maybe.
I mean, Doflamingo knows a lot about the fruit, so
Okay.
maybe. Alright.
Maybe in a little description of Delphi book, this is the awakening.
That legendary Delphi book.
You need this many experience points
Sure.
to get the awakening.
And it's very costly. It costs this much mana.
A lot of mana.
Yeah. Alright.
Spec into this to reduce the cost.
Yeah. Spec into veteran, you know.
Yeah.
From Yo Gita, I love the awakening reveal of Law and Kid. It was perfect timing. Law just must have awakened this fruit after his fight with Dofi, and Kid after his encounter with Kaido for the first time. Maybe, like, it doesn't really matter when they unlocked it. They just have it. Okay.
Yeah. It's supposed to be so costly it's unusable in combat, so...
Yeah. We'll see. From Sky King Ziz. Shout out Ziz.
Shout out Ziz.
My second thing was how that Oda is starting his awakening showcase. How do you feel that more likely than not Luffy will get this? We'll get his, like, most hope it. Yeah, he'll get it eventually, and potentially Kaido showing off awakening from an ability. I'd say on call stream that I wanted Kaido to showcase a true Zoran awakening as a top tier. So I'm a little happy if this goes where it goes. Kaido awakening, it's gonna be, and then Luffy has to go gear 4 Ultimate Man. Is that what it is?
Depends what the awakening is. Depends if Oda wants to change his mind about the losing of the consciousness and.
Well, he's quote unquote mastered it.
Mastered the awakening. Maybe,
yeah.
You know. It just gives more stamina though and strength. So
I mean, shout out Kaido. From Slick, based on Kid and Law's awakening ability, how strong do you think they are right now compared to other commanders, Admiral and the Yonko? I feel Conquerors coding is a much substantial power up. Yeah, Law's is more broken than Kid's.
Law's broken though.
Law's is fucking broken.
Law's abilities, Delphrid is broken.
Law's Delphrid, yeah.
And that carries him hard, as we established.
Yeah. He tanked up Thunderbug, Wakanda.
Sure, he
Antibacterial Conan, shout out.
Yeah, got hit with the.
He's been doing some good defensive shit.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll give it to Law. Kids Awakening. I don't know, like you can't avoid his attacks basically. So yeah, it's not as powerful as I would think it would have been for Kid.
Yeah,
it's cool, but it's not.
It doesn't rescale.
It's not a massive power up.
First command is.
You'd have to say they're first command.
They can't use it in the fight though.
You have to say they're about first commander level, at bare minimum, just because of what they've fucking been pulling off. You know, I don't like it. That's what it is.
Sure.
From Dr. Farewell, if the Lord Kid stuff Oda's way of building up the beast prior to Big Mom's Delve Fruit Awakening. People thinking like the numbers are getting back up and using Awakening. Well, not the numbers, the Toby Roper. Or like King and Queen using Awakening. Big Mom's Awakening. If Big Mom uses Awakening, I don't understand how Kid and Law can even fucking survive. You know what I mean?
What would that even be? Just a bunch of homies or what?
I don't know. Suck the soul out of all living creatures into a spirit bomb.
Perhaps.
Who knows? Alright. So, who knows what Big Mom's Awakening is, right? From Michael J. I see people complaining a lot about the Viz translation. Do you think it would be better if it had multiple translations so we could work out the best translation? I don't like. Just read the fucking Viz. I get it. You don't like Zolo. You don't like certain things. But I don't like the scans either. The scans have bullshit in them as well. Like healing factor. Alright. So the Viz is normally good. Sometimes they do some bullshit. Sometimes they're forced to do some bullshit because they're official. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah. From Sly Duck, do you think we will see anyone else use the mink Sensubine or the medical drug? Okay. Half expected Kinemon to have given some with the recent writing. Well, if Law and fucking Kid get it,
refresh stamina. Use Awakening again.
It would always be a meaningless victory.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I mean, it's dumb.
You know. From Sly Dark. Do you think we'll see anyone else use... Oh, I read that. From Seneto 99. Will the people be getting a Thunderdome JoJo edition once this JoJo show returns? I think we'll do best stand design. Now that the thing is monthly, there's going to be less, things. Less shows. Probably, we'll come up with something. Probably, I think it's going to be stand tournament. Who's got the best? Who's got the coolest stand?
Right.
Alright. From Ron Gamer, I will gladly give you guys all the lore on Sanachi I can. Sanachi... Dude, this is so long. Is it? Oh, is it? Alright, I'll read it. Sanachi is an abbreviation of a phrase translating to throw away your name and wills. Yes, we know this. Throw your name and wills. And easy way to remember it is, Sir Na Chi. Because it's, how do I explain this to the people? The first two letters of surrender, the first two letters of name, and the first two letters of...
In case you forget Sanachi. That's an easy way to remember it.
Yeah. It means to throw away all pride and logic and go straight for the kill. We know what this is. Alright.
He's giving you the law.
Alright. It's a way to inspire you to go full-heartedly. It's basically Luffy's motto and his plan of action in every arc.
Luffy should say Sanachi when he beats Kaido, Christian.
We first heard about Tsunachi from Momo. He is on the... When he's on the alligator with Chopper, Tama, and Kiku, a Big Mom with amnesia. They are on their way to Udon prison, and Momo is practicing the sword and yelling Tsunachi. Kiku hears him and says and asks him where did he learn it from. Momo says he learned it from Zoro. As we said.
Yes.
Alright? People trying to bamboozle us saying Zoro learned it from. Didn't know this phrase until he went to Wano. No.
Incorrect.
Zoro apparently always says Tsunachi.
Yeah.
Alright? Taught him to say it. He said that it's a good way to energize the strength of your heart when your courage falters. Kiku replies saying it's not something appropriate for Momo to say and asks him to stop saying it. Anyway, it's a long thing. We get the law. We appreciate this man, Ron Gamer.
Tsunachi will be a meme forever.
If
Please, Zoro, say it when you beat King.
If Zoro does a Tsunachi when he beats King, I'm gonna say it here, Goda. The Tsunachi is the ultimate move, and is why swordsmanship matters.
Tsunachi?
Because you have to follow the Bushido way,
Right.
to use Tsunachi, Eric. You have to be the Bushido master to use a Tsunachi. All right.
You get a little flashback of every opponent he's beaten, and he said Tsunachi, and then you get the final one with King.
Oh, 100%. Alright, and that would be the ultimate meme, please. And look how long this goes on for.
We know.
This man...
We appreciate the effort, though.
Full page. A full page.
Of a Tsunachi.
Of what the Tsunachi means. And the brilliance of the Tsunachi. Alright, we appreciate you, Ron Gamer. Thank you. Alright. From Damien Hides. Are you guys tired of Wano? I am. I just want the King and Queen fight and the Kaido fight to decide a breakdown from One Piece for a while. Arc fatigue. He's gonna take a break. And fair enough, man. If you're not feeling it, if you're feeling losing passion, take a break. Come back again.
We want the fights too.
Again, I've said it 100 times this episode, but Oda's being inefficient with the storytelling. We don't need the bombs. We don't need the fire monster. We don't need all these things. Just give us the fights, please. We don't need more plot. We need more meathead action.
You know what would have been hype?
What?
Yamato and Luffy vs. Kaido.
Yeah, but Yamato's gonna run around, do a side quest. Alright?
That's right.
See, Oda's like that. Oda, this is what Oda is. He's playing, let's just say he's playing Fallout, Eric. He's playing Fallout 4. Or Fallout 3, whatever.
What?
Right? He refuses to do the main story. He does every side quest. Right? Every side quest to the last minute, and then he finishes the story.
No, then he goes to the final story.
Yeah.
The final chapter.
Grinds? No, then he goes back and grinds to max level, and then beats the final chapter. Yeah. That's how he plays his open world games. Okay. That's how Oda would play his open world games. He just can't let the little side plots, little side quests go. Alright? You can't do it. Alright? And that's what Oda does. Alright? Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, and that's why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
From Michael J. How strong do you think Luffy would be if Garp had taught him his Haki as a child? If Luffy got the Haki training as a child...
From
Garp, Crocodile not a problem.
Correct.
Smoker not a problem. All types of people not a problem.
Grand Line would have been real easy.
Yeah, Luffy would be...
Now not a problem.
Now wasn't a problem.
True.
Regardless.
And now less of a problem.
Now less of a problem. Alright, so it would have been great. Alright. From Danto. Are fake out deaths a common thing in Kabuki plays? Let's not use the Kabuki play as an excuse.
Because Pound's alive.
Oda does this. We know Oda does this. It's getting tiresome. It's happened too much regularly. It used to happen once every 6 years.
We remember when we declared that the death meme is dead?
Pedro's dead. But if Pedro's alive...
Because people didn't believe Pedro, right?
Pedro's.
We
Pedro
believe Pedro, and then we believe Pan. Pan's dead too. See, Oda's willing to kill people, and then we get memed.
It's happened too often, regularly, and 2 characters in the same chapter, 3 characters. Kinemon, Kiku, and Kanjuro, maybe, if he's still alive. Well, he wasn't dead. He was on his last breath. Yeah. Whatever. Maybe Kanjuro cares. Whatever. But Oda's doing it too much. He used to do it once every 6 years. Once every fucking decade. Now he's doing it...
Ultra Doji's gonna be alive.
A lot of times. Yeah, obviously. But yeah. From Malik, do y'all think these awakenings are incomplete, or is it this thing is going forward for Kin and Law? It could be a unique thing, but they do say they're not used to it, so it could be expanded. There's always room to expand
Movesets could be, yeah. I don't know what kids are
But where else do you see Law getting another fight in the story?
Who knows how long
how long is he staying here? You know what I mean?
Surely he stays with the Straw Hats. He's not going to disappear. He needs Robin to now complete his dream.
That's true.
So he needs to stay with the Straw Hats.
That is true. From Emmanuel. Why is Kid's awakening being wasted on Big Mom? He can't hurt her, so all the interesting versatility of his ability is wasted. Yeah, we've kind of talked about this. It's not really effective against Big Mom unless she's trapped in the ball of steel. And if Zoro could lift a building.
She did walk through the earth.
And Zoro lifted the building in Alabasta. I will never forget that. People forget that. Zoro lifted a building in Alabasta.
Yeah.
Alright? Pretty sure Big Mom can have, but the magnetism, it's stuck to her. She can't really move properly. Whatever. Alright? It's more of a stall tactic.
Maybe she's stunned by Law.
For your young chief, if the 2 of you had Kanjuro's Devil Fruit, who would win in a 1v1? Well, I think it comes down to the imagination, Eric.
I don't think quality of drawing matters with Conjurer.
No. It's about the imagination. It's about the willpower.
Right.
And it's about the Haki. Alright? We all know I have more Haki. Alright? And that's factual. So the answer is me. Next question. From Guild Arts... Why would you say that? Why would people make that their name, Eric?
It's concerning.
Does chapter 1029 confirm Kid did not fight Shanks? Yes. And we love it. Fraudulent Kid being fraudulent. Good. Alright, there you go. Alright. Alright, from Sly Duck. Why did Oda make Kid's power so dependent on his surroundings? Seems like such a letdown. Yeah, if Kid's in a place with no metal, he's basically useless.
Unless he can make other things turn metal.
Rocks be magnetized.
Theoretically can make them magnetized.
Yeah, but if he gets better at his awakening, yeah.
But his moveset is shit.
Yeah.
So...
he's not Magneto. He never will be Magneto.
No. That's the only way to make him broken.
Yeah. From Sly Duck. Why... I read that.
Unless you just give him Haki.
Yeah. From your boy. Will people finally start putting Law over Dovminko like he deserves to be? I think it's undeniable now. We just said he's first commander level.
Mingo just got buffed this week, though.
I mean, did he... Shout out Kroom.
It's more impressive that Mingo's feats, though.
I guess.
The awakening, just turning entire cityscapes into strings. No stamina issue there.
No. Definitely no stamina issue with Doflamingo, with the birdcage, and all kinds of nonsense.
Sure.
Alright. From Slick, based off how Kid's Awakening works this chapter, do you think Big Mom will be trapped in rubble until the end of the arc? Because it seems like as long as she's still assigned to magnetism, she can't physically resist. Yeah, we talked about this. We hope it is. It just stalls her out, keeps her out of the plot. She's done enough damage to the plot. Just keep her there. She can chill out there.
Napoleon stuck to her head.
Yeah.
She can't throw any elbow spears.
Yeah. So, please. From Mini Mingo, why are we still alive? You know. A question asked by Miller, Eric.
Solid question.
Alright, he's seen his comrades be slaughtered. He's seen a lot of things.
The comrades is lost question.
Exactly. Shout out to Miller. Shout out to Big Boss. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Metal Gear Solid Fan and Paid. One of the great open world games of all time.
Right? Cow would say it's bad.
Story. Shut up, man.
Yeah.
The gameplay is the best stealth game ever made.
Now, Glam and Sen say Skyward Sword's gripping narrative kept them engaged, which is sad. But there you go.
Alright. From Meat Fighter.
Yes.
Didn't the scans lore put Kinemon back together, but we all know that the Straw Hats put him back together. Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird line. Maybe Oda forgot. Maybe Kinemon forgot. Maybe Kinemon remembered. I don't know. Weird. Right? From some more.
Now, Dennis says in the chat, right? How is it satisfying? What's the point of Big Mom being in this arc? It's a good question.
I don't want the damage to the overall One Piece world.
It's not going to. Yeah, it's not going to be satisfying with Big Mom.
It's not going to be satisfying, but I don't want her defeated by this bullshit.
Because it breaks the top tiers.
Yes, we can't ruin the top tiers.
We don't want to sacrifice.
It's definitely a compromise, but I think it's for the best.
Yes,
and that's what I'll say on that. All right. Last from Samora, why are people such? I don't know what this word is. Why are people so completely... Why do people ignore that Conqueror died this chapter, basically? Maybe he died, maybe he didn't die. But Conqueror should already be dead.
Yes, it's annoying that he's already not dead.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
There you go.
From Annie Mackie 89. Am I the only one who thinks that this chapter was trash? Kinemon saying his body was not adequately attached by Law is just lazy. Law is a master surgeon is a master surgeon. Well, Destroy had to put him back together. So that's just wrong information.
Also, go check Twitter. You're not alone.
People are very mad about this chapter.
Rogers Bay is very mad.
People hate fake out deaths. That's one of the things people hate the most.
Annoying.
And that is the last question, and that's the show this week.
Let's get some hype next week, Christian.
I know we're kind of in the frustrating zone. Let's move on.
Let's get some hype.
Get some hype. We're kind of coming to the end of one, or maybe.
Give me some Monkey D juice.
Monkey D. Show me that Rio. Show me that Conquerors. But there it is. There's the show. Like the stream. Subscribe to the channel. Do all the stuff. Alright? Shanks is the strongest.
Shanks is the GOAT King.
Good night.
Good night.